Hey yo, and welcome back to the Boston Sports Brothers podcast. We're in a two-man game. The brothers Josh this evening. J Matt, how are you, buddy?
J squared, what up?
J squared, yeah. As our audience knows, it's summertime. We've been every other week here, but the bros got a lot going on this summer. Lots of different things happening. So, we're tagging in and out, keeping things rolling here. Looking forward to hopefully having us all back on the show here as we are going to get back to a week-to-week show now that training camp is underway. Baseball season starting to become a little bit more important, and that's where we're going to start tonight. So the Sox in this post All-Star sort of set of games that they've had against the National League, and then now we're up against the Twins. So let's reverse the clock a little bit since we haven't been on in a couple weeks. So have that 10-game winning streak going
Yep.
into the All-Star break, J Matt, and then, vibes are high, things are good. Intrigue, lots of
So
intrigue.
a lot of intrigue, but like people were saying, was the 10-game win streak like a false 10-gamer because of who they played before? Like what it was Washington and then I can't even remember the judge, Cincinnati, I think it was, or something like that. So yeah, like and then Tampa, they swept Tampa. So Tampa's kind of a real team. So everyone was feeling great, 10-game win streak. And then they came out. I definitely was, I'm intrigued. I still am intrigued. I think that they're a pretty solid team, but they came out from the break. They kind of were treading water, I'd say. Plotty, I think you probably agree. I think they've probably been around 500, maybe like a
Yep.
game above one or two above 500. But against good teams, so take that for what it's worth. So playing 500 ball against solid teams is not bad. At least you're winning some of those series and you're losing some, so I'll take that. What you can't have is what happened last night, which was Monday evening against the Minnesota Twins. A really like solid game. I watched pretty much all of it. It was tight, back and forth. The Sox were supposed to like really crush that dude because their starting pitcher is not great. He got called up from AAA, I think, in some point in June. Um, and they really didn't. They didn't take advantage when they should have, and they put themselves in position to win in the ninth inning. And the mother of nature opened up all of a sudden like crazy, and they had to postpone or at least just like delay the game for what I think it was an hour and a half, body something
Yeah,
like that.
90-minute delay in the ninth, in the bottom of the ninth. What a shit show.
It was insane. Like Minnesota, so I think it was around they went delay around like 10:45 Eastern, so it was what 9:45 Minnesota time. And it was an hour and a half. So figure what they come back around like 11:30 probably to play like the not bottom of the ninth. So insane to me that that even happens. I can't play it the next day to have these guys sit around for an hour and a half and they're in the like in the clubhouse to like think about their thoughts is like
Right.
crazy to me. But Jordan Hicks, man, holy shit, that dude's a fucking head case. Excuse my French, but like he is just unbelievable. He has gas, like his stuff is great. Can't give like him, no, can't discredit that. But he can throw a strike. And when he can throw strikes, for some reason, these guys hit it like crazy left and right. And that was the guy that we traded Devers for. So you have to think about it this way. Like, I do love the addition by subtraction for Devers. Um, just getting him off the team, I think, is great. But if the plan was to have this guy as the closer after Chapman leaves, probably after this year, to have Hicks, the 100 mile per hour guy who can throw, I think we're doomed. Because this guy cannot his head is not on his head straight. It's just crazy to me. So create the Devers trade was awful, like the return, and they should Sox should have held on to him for a few more weeks, and they should have got more for him.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion is that it was just negligent what they got back for him.
I couldn't agree more. Devers has recently started to play a little bit better for the Giants. Had a good game a couple days ago down in Atlanta, and is
Playing first
now
base.
yeah, now at first base, fumbling and bumbling around over there, which is exactly what I thought would happen if he played first base here. I didn't think that he was going to be good. He was not a very good third baseman, folks. He was not a Gold Glover over there. Devers did himself dirty. I mean, what at the end of the day, he was a little bitch. and just didn't do what the team needed him to do, and for him to go to San Francisco and then go play first base. We're not going to rehash the entire Devers saga in terms of what happened because it was just mismanagement on so many ends. But I couldn't agree more because this Thursday is the MLB trade deadline. The Red Sox have really stood pat since the Devers move. And in my opinion, they need to pull a lever to here to try and improve this team because they are in a playoff position. They're in the wild card race. They're in a loaded AL East where it looks like four fucking teams are going to come out of the AL East and make the playoffs here. And they got a 2 month stretch ahead of them that is going to feel like every game matters in terms of wins and losses as we move forward. So the intrigue is there because of that. And at the beginning of the season, I think the five of us sat here and said, just give us an opportunity to enjoy baseball this summer, to get
They
us to
are.
September, and to feel like we have something to hopefully be rooting for. So at the very least, they're doing that, and you got to give them credit there. Up against the iron of the National League, they go 4-5 with two of those series on the road. They have not won first game of a series post All-Star break, so they're not going into series and really taking the first game. So they're
Mhm.
having to come back and
The
and
Minnesota game was a killer.
yeah,
Killer.
killer game last night. Yeah, woke up to a text from Eric Halpern, another friend, not Big E, and he just said, "What a fucking terrible loss." And I was like, "Oh, well, I know exactly what happened there. They just blew it in the bottom of the ninth." So, Sox continue on here. They got series up against the Twins, and then they're pretty much in full pursuit here for August and September, looking to get into the playoffs. And as we know, if you get into the dance, anything can sort of happen from there.
Hmm.
And I think that's what we're hopeful for. Hopefully, we'll have on. It's funny as we had McCarthy on about a month ago, and it was doom and gloom, and then that I will say that 10 game winning streak really did propel them into a place to be able to have that intrigue there. So the intrigue is maintained, and
Definitely.
Sox continue on. Another thing that's been intriguing me, Josh, is the Patriots getting their training camp underway down in Foxborough. Hot as balls down there for them.
Crazy hot.
I mean, today, I mean, you see me here in the tank top today. Hey, I'm trying to, show off the.
Did you hear about Will Campbell?
Yeah, I heard about Willie Boy.
They said apparently they were like, you can't handle it because they were pushing him a lot. And they were like, you're from the Bayou, boy. Like, pick it up. You're from Louisiana. You should be this is a walk in the park for you.
For
But
real.
it is, I don't know, man. It is hot out there. Like, and to their credit, the Patriots and the coaching staff, from what I've heard, is that it's been a really well run camp. Like the organization, the coaching staff is all on the same page, like very fluid, and that is incredible. We'd love to see that because that's completely different from the last year and the last few years with Bill. And training camp under Bill the last few years of his tenure was like a joke. Apparently, they were like playing paintball and shit. So
Yeah.
like it's back to real football, back to the fundamentals, coaching him up. And apparently Beadle from 98.5, they've been at like every practice watching the training camps, and they said that they've been moving around a lot. He's never seen them move this much, like in terms of just like nonstop. Like most training camps, I guess there's a lot of stop and go in terms of the coaching and whatnot, but they're having them move, and that's great because you got to condition them up right now when it's 100 plus degrees, and get them in shape right now because football season is right around the corner. And September is what, like,
It's a month
I don't know,
away.
five weeks away, 6 weeks away, football. So yeah, whip them in right now, and I think camp's been very interesting. What about some nuggets that you've seen, Bobby?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest things to come out is it looks like offensively, you're starting to see the receiver room come into play. Having Diggs be full go, I think has been great, and he's obviously going to be a weapon. But uh, Booty and Pop Douglas, I think are both going to make the roster and be contributors. So I think those three are locked in, and it's very intriguing. I think how the rest of that will round out.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
Polk.
Polk's out,
At this point, he has to be. I mean, he just
right?
he hasn't been on the field. Baker haven't really heard anything. Kyle Williams, I obviously is going to make this roster and probably be a fourth or fifth receiver. So then you get into okay, you got Poke Baker. and
Mac
Kendrick Bourne
Hollins.
and Holland. So it's
So
like,
Kendrick Bourne's gonna make it, and then the Hollins is gonna come off PUP. So like, there's that. It's the room's full.
yeah. So
It's tough.
and that goes back to our terrible drafting of last year and just really how poor it was after Drake May in that class. And so you have to hope that the rookie class this year with Will Campbell leading the charge there. A little bit on Will Campbell. I think they've said that his run blocking and his ability to really get out in space in the running game has been on display. First day of pads today. Uh, Pass blocking, I think it's going to take them some time, adjustment to the NFL. But I like that they're out there sweating their ass off here in the humidity. Maybe they'll be able to go down to Miami and win a game this year, and this time of year is getting them ready for that. Uh, Overall, though, I just feel like there isn't a ton of buzz around training camp. As you said, just sort of they're going standard operating procedure every day, getting done what they need to get done. Uh, the
Kind of
first
good. It's a little refreshing, right?
Yeah, you don't have all this bullshit going on, and that's you don't.
Judon fucking being
Yeah,
a diva and shit. So it's nice.
yeah, it is nice to just sort of have a standard sort of thing going on. You don't have, as you said, Belichick and playing cornhole and all this other nonsense going on. It's come to work, get your shit done, and get out. I think one thing that was a little bit of concern is Christian Gonzalez comes up limp with a hamstring injury, probably going to be shut down here for a few weeks. But what I love about the preseason and these games that are going to get underway here in just a little bit is, who are the tail ends of the roster guys that are going to make the team, who really sticks out a little bit in the preseason games. Um, Interested to see how that all plays out. So it's right around the corner. Hall of Fame game for the NFL, I believe, is this Thursday. So
Wow.
football is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Love it.
Football is back. Loving it. Not too much else going on around the NFL. Obviously, you got all the injuries and stuff that happens, which sucks before players even get a chance to take the field. But that's the way it goes. That's the NFL,
Pretty
baby.
quiet.
Pretty quiet. It is pretty quiet.
Start doing your fantasy research. That's for sure. This is the
That's
time.
that's exactly where we're at right now. Big E's getting the league going on our end. Just got the other text for the other league with the some of the other buddies. So that's all it's all on the horizon. Make sure you get that Venmo ready to send and be good to go. Don't be
Best
late.
time of year is coming up.
Sure
I
is.
think really think it is. Yep.
Few NBA nuggets, and there really isn't anything going on in the NHL, so we're not even really going to touch on the Bruins or anything
Nope.
there. The NBA, but Summer League happens out in Vegas. Uh, at this point, it's like, why the fuck are we even doing Summer League? These guys,
Yeah.
the guys who you want to see play for a game or two, and then they shut them all down. It's like, I
Or they
want to
cut
see.
him like JD Davidson. It's like, what the hell's
Yeah,
going on? Like,
I have no idea.
it's crazy. I don't get it.
I don't get why they cut Davidson. I guess it to once again get under the second apron. The Celtics are at a point where this year it's not going to be a fun year for the Celtics. Uh, they're going to be a middling team that you got to hope that they avoid the play-in and get into the playoffs. And the biggest thing is that get into
Yes.
the playoffs and get guys like a Jordan Walsh, like a Baylor Sharman, like a Neemias Queta into that setting and see what they might be able to do. But the positive is there's zero expectations. Except for one player, and that's Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
And the expectations for him are you going to be able to lead this team and take your game to another level? A fringe all NBA guy, I'd say right now, maybe a top 15 to 20 player in the league,
I think
but
so.
can you elevate it? Can you get to the top 10? Can you be the horse, if you will,
Mhm.
without having a running mate like Tatum? So that's going to
Gonna
be
be
very
really
interesting to
tough
see.
because they're gonna double him, and they're gonna go after him. So let's see what he can do. Let's
I
see if he
haven't,
can.
and I haven't seen any Jaylen Brown in the pool shit or anything like that. But he's tweeting
I think
some.
that's good.
He's yeah, but he's also we know Jaylen Brown, and this was actually a very interesting discussion on 98.5 a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you heard this
Didn't.
in terms of we know Jaylen Brown is a very politically active person, and Noah Dalzell, who's actually a fantastic reporter for the Celtics, she's actually a guest I would hopefully love to get on sometime because her coverage of the Celtics, I think, is bar none the best. Um, and she had a one-on-one interview with Jaylen Brown, and he was talking about his relationship with the city of Boston, and he's been in Boston more this summer, and we know he's done incredible community work. We also know he's aligned himself with some political things that might rub people the wrong way. And they were talking about it on 98.5, and Joe Murray and Felger had quite the discourse about it, where Jaylen Brown pretty much said, you know, I don't know if Boston has really embraced me and been the place that I was hoping for it to
Hmm.
be. Um, and what the discourse was, is that because of the basketball or is that because of the off the court stuff? And it's like, for me, basketball wise, what more do you want the guy to do?
Yeah.
One Finals MVP helped get the team there. Uh, Off the court, look, he's not. Everyone's going to have different opinions in terms of what they support in life. I think the matter of the fact is that Jaylen Brown is a person that is willing to have the discourse when a lot of people in this
Mhm.
point in time aren't. And you may not align with him on that discourse and what his beliefs are. I'm sure him and I don't agree on everything, but it seems like he's the kind of guy from an intellectual standpoint that is willing to go there when a lot of athletes are pretty closed off from that standpoint.
No,
So
I think you're right. I think it's probably a lot of his political, stance of a lot of people not agreeing with him, but I do also think that he's just Robin. Like he's as good as he will be, and as much as he will elevate his game, even next year, like there's Tatum, and Tatum's always going to be that number one. And like, unfortunately for him, that's just I hate to say it, but like that's just how it is. And I think the city has embraced Jalen, but I think he might just have that like number two, like being that number two guy in his head, that he can't get around, which is tough, especially when you want to be the guy. So, um, it's your year to be the guy, Jalen, and maybe the city will embrace you a little bit more. So, like, if you want the city to embrace you, Jalen, like, show out this year and just like be that dude. And I think things will change.
he has sacrificed. There's no doubt. He has been a bit in the shadow of Tatum, and Tatum is this guy that on the fucking potato chip bag and the commercials and all this sort of stuff. That Brown just hasn't had. But I think Jaylen Brown, and going back to Celtic City in that documentary, understands what it means to be a Celtic, and that he embraces the Celtic history and everything that goes along with that. And if you watch that documentary, you know what I'm talking about. Hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows with the Celtics and their relationship with Boston, going back to the Bill Russell days. And I think Jaylen Brown understands that, and there's still work to be done in the community. And from that standpoint, he's a fantastic liaison to the city. Some of the work he's done in towns like Dorchester and West Roxbury and Roxbury, and across some of those lesser served areas, and him putting himself out there is great community work. So there are some things he does amazingly and other things that people won't agree with, and that's the way the world is, friends.
Yep.
That's the way the world is. So
World is a
uh
tricky place.
indeed.
But
Quick
what?
note.
You're gonna. One note I want to talk about is I saw it in socials. I think it was actually yesterday, Monday. That Tatum had a golf charity tournament in St. Louis, and
Yeah.
I saw him walking around like no boot, nothing. Like I think he was probably playing a little bit of golf, maybe like hitting some shots, but probably not a lot. But it was good to see him. It was good to see him, like being himself, having that personality that he has. He does have a personality.
Yeah.
People who don't say he doesn't, I think they're stupid. Um, but yeah, it was good to see him, walking around and not being ginger on his
It,
Achilles.
it looks to be that he's recovering pretty well and is in the gym and around the area right now, and you know the Celtics are going to get to a point in February, March, and depending on where they're at in the season, folks are going to be saying to themselves, "Oh, is he going to come back? Is he going to be
Yeah.
there for the stretch run in the playoffs?" And who knows how the entire NBA landscape is really going to shake out. I think free agency, one of the wildest things from free agency was Dame Lillard going back to
Oh
Portland.
yeah.
I think that was one of the biggest, I'm gonna just say it, bitch ass pussy moves that you could ever make. He was just like, fuck a championship. I'm gonna go home and collect 42 million
What a
over the
move for
next.
Portland though.
Yeah, well, now,
Get,
yeah, him and
get,
him and Drew Holiday, what a backcourt
that's hilarious. Crazy. It's an old backcourt. Oh my God.
for real.
A lot of miles.
Another guy who's going through Achilles stuff, but good for you, Dame Lillard. Go home, cash that check, baby, and enjoy it. Uh, Kevin Durant to the Warriors or Jesus, to the Warriors, to the Rockets.
Yes, Rockets,
I
Houston.
think the Rockets are a team that's in position to make a run. The West is stacked. Did you see Jokic and his horse race?
No, and I didn't actually, no.
Oh man, he had
He loves
more
his
he had
horses.
more emotion to his horse winning the race and the jockey than he did than when he won the championship. So
It's hey, dude loves his things. He loves being out, with the stallions and
yeah,
just gets him going.
just gets me back to my horses. Okay.
He's like, he wins a championship, he doesn't even care. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like that's my job, horse passion. So, uh, good for Jokic. I mean, look, it's great. The NBA has a ton of characters. If you haven't yet, a great interview with Pardon My Take and Charles Barkley. That was a good one I listened to earlier today. So, off-season NBA, always some good things going on. We talked about the NHL. There's really nothing there for us to get into, so we're gonna bypass that. And this it's a quick episode tonight. So we're gonna it's that time of the week where we talk about the things we don't like, the things that are bugging us, the things that make us say, yeah, oh.
Yeah,
And then
oh.
we got the things that we love, the things that are stupendous, the things that make us want to get up out of our chair, because those are the oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I
So
got oh yeah.
yeah, let's let it ride.
So, as you know, I moved to Rhode Island, and it's very, very lovely down here. And the southern Rhode Island coast is just,
Oh,
oh yeah, man. It's just a beautiful place to be. Like you can't beat it. You just really can't. So that's a huge oh yeah. I love been spending time down there at the beaches. Just I know you love spending time down in southern Rhode Island. So big oh
yeah.
yeah.
Big oh yeah to roadie summer. Nothing better than a roadie summer. Really, East Coast and the Northeast summer have had the great fortune of yes being in Rhode Island, but for those that see the hat tonight, we got a new one in the rotation here. We got Bartlett's Farm from Nantucket. Had a great chance to get over to the islands a couple weeks ago. Uh, there's nothing better than this area in the summertime, and I
Sweet.
think that people that live here in the Northeast, the appreciation for summertime because of the other seasons that you go through is there on another level. Yes, the fucking traffic sucks. That's a big yeah. Oh,
It is
yes,
what it is.
it's
You
part of
gotta
it's
deal with it.
part of the deal. But like when you're eating that cup of clam
Ooh,
chowder or you're
that
eating that
lobster roll.
lobster roll,
Oh,
exactly. I mean, and you got a nice Sam Adams, summer ale in your hand,
mm.
or
The wind, that
Whalers if you're
salty wind blowing in your
yeah.
face. Oh man,
Big oh yeah, big oh yeah to lots of summertime music going on. Had the great fortune to see Ripe at the Ocean Mist in
that's
Southern
sick.
Rhode Island a couple days ago. Cousin Sam is rocking and rolling. They had
They're back.
they had a yeah oh moment where lead singer Robbie got a concussion after a golf cart incident, but they're back up and running. Big shout out to Cousin Sam. He's taking great care of myself and lots of friends to provide some fun experiences this summer. So Ripe is big oh yeah as well. They got a big tour coming up. Big
Summer
show at
tour.
the MGM Grand in Boston on
When's
November
that?
21st,
Oh hell
Friday,
yeah!
November 21st. So tickets on
Before
sale.
Thanksgiving.
Exact that Friday
Nice,
before
nice,
Thanksgiving weekend.
nice.
It's a Friday night. You get down to Boston, go over to the Lansdowne Pub or one of the other fine establishments, get yourself a few cold ones, and get
Oh, it's a
into
good time.
MGM Grand, and that's going to be a hell of a show. They're also playing with Alan Stone, who's a great artist, who will be opening up for them every night. So Ripe's got a new album coming out in September as well. So goal is to get Cousin Sam and maybe some other band members onto the show prior to that. One happening in Boston on the 21st. Help promote it. Maybe a free ticket giveaway. We'll talk
Ooh,
about that. We'll see. For listeners of the show, we might have a little incentive here to tune in when we have our friends from Ripe on. So big O yeah to Ripe. Lots of good
big oh
stuff going
yeah.
on with them this summer. Uh, I don't know. There's not many O's going on. Just living
No,
life and
yeah, summer.
things are good.
Yeah,
Football
it's
football
not
season's
bad.
on the horizon. Can't complain. The Pike, we'll wrap things up here as we take it down. No one's in the penalty box right now.
No,
No time capsule things. We kind of just went through it. There's nothing better than the East Coast summers. The Pike, we got the Sox against the Twins.
yes,
Uh,
have
let
to
me
win the series.
have to win this series. I'm gonna do
Have to.
a quick look up here and figure out when the fuck the Patriots' first preseason game is.
And then the Sox need to take this series because they have the Astros after. So like they have to clean up right now and then clean up against Kansas City. This is the time for them to win. So
Yep. All right.
down.
A week from Friday, August 8th, the Patriots and Commanders will square off at Gillette Stadium in the first preseason game,
That next
7:30
Friday?
p.m.
A week from
next
Friday.
Friday. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, this Friday is August 1st. We got
Holy
8-8 next week. Tickets low as $35 to go. If you want to get down to Gillette, see a
hmm,
little preseason action, you got nothing else going on.
bad
35
idea.
bucks to get in the
On a
door,
Friday evening.
little tailgate action. You know what's a oh yeah?
I
I
like
don't know
that.
if you've seen it, is that new Rhode Island FC team.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah. I drive by their stadium a lot. Yeah. It's
great
cool.
stadium by the
I
Blue
know. I
Bridge.
gotta get it. I gotta get there.
Got to get down.
Gotta.
You know, yeah, that we're getting deep into the weeds here, but fr little AK, friend
Yeah,
AK,
yeah, yeah.
his buddy Marcos is the manager of Rhode Island FC. So shout
Oh, the
out
club.
Marcos.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
it
huge.
seems like they're doing well. Hey, I mean
Hey.
they
Hey.
got more buzz than the Revolution, that's for fucking sure.
Marcos or AK, if you wanna send your boys some tickets, I'd love to
Uh,
go.
Hear that, and our friends at Maven's Deli opened up a little
Oh,
satellite location at the stadium as well.
I
So
love that. They're opening up another location too in Providence, so good for them. They're
yeah.
expanding. Love to see it.
Oh yeah, to Maven's. Great
Oh
deli
yeah.
spot if you haven't been there. All right, friends. Quick episode this evening. We got the full squad, hopefully getting back in the thick of things here in the next couple of weeks. We appreciate everyone tuning in, near, far, wherever you are. J Mac, great to see your
It was
beautiful
a
face.
pleasure.
Always a good time. And we'll see you next time on the Boston Sports Brothers podcast. We're starting to line up guests. Uh, Got some good things cooking here as football season's underway. Uh, we got our buddy Trevor Haas that's going to be back with us, do some college football preview, Boston College football. We got Maury Hirsch Gordon who's going to be with us talking all things sports. So and a few other guys that we got to reach back out to. So good guests coming up as well. Good to see you, J Matt. Till
You
next
as
time.
well.
Everyone have a great rest of the week and enjoy the warm weather because we're going to be bitching about it in December when it ain't like this. So enjoy it now. Put your tank top
Please.
on and enjoy. Peace.
See y'all.